Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about World War I draft cards and where you can find your ancestors' World War I draft cards here on FamilySearch. So here's the home page of FamilySearch. So right here on the top middle of the home page will be some suggestions and activities you can do. Like this one is discover your relatives' records. Next is like World War I. Do you know where you get your looks from? So let's go back to the World War I. And it says discover your relatives with World War I draft records. And we can click see draft cards here, and it should take us to the draft record page. But FamilySearch likes to change what's here on the home page. So if this World War I draft records isn't here on the home page, you can come up here to the web address, and after typing FamilySearch.org, you can type /campaign /WWI draft. And it will take you here to the World War I draft records. So right here is the home page, and I'm going to scroll down a little so we can see it better. I'm going to leave it just like this because there's some other stuff right below the ancestors, and I don't want you guys to see it quite yet. The background has this photo of World War I. So right here it lists a male ancestor who was drafted in World War I. And if we can click on the arrows to the right or the left and view more ancestors. Let me click on one of the arrows and I will show you. So here's the next one, Edwin. And then after that, Walter. And then we also have a Thomas. And I can just keep clicking this arrow and view all my male ancestors who were drafted in World War I. But let's view the ancestor. So, like you saw before, if they have a photo, it'll show the photo. If not, it'll just show this little non-existing photo. It will show this little soldier icon. And then underneath that is their name. And if we click on that, it should bring up their personal page here on FamilySearch. Let's do that. And sure enough, it is brought up Thomas Simmons' personal page here on FamilySearch, and I can scroll through on his personal page and learn more about him if I choose to. So let's go back. Then underneath the ancestor's name is the year they were born and the year they died, their ID number here on FamilySearch, and then we can click view my relationship and you can see how you are related to that ancestor. So let's click on that. And now it has brought up this pop-up box showing my relationship to that ancestor. Sorry for all the blurs, but I have to keep my family life private, so you're just going to have to deal with it. So we're going to hit the X and close that. And then over here on the bottom is just saying that record's attached to your ancestor. I would assume that if it's not attached, you would be able to click like right here and attach the record. But I've only ever seen the record be attached, so I don't know why they tell you that. And then we can either view the record by clicking on the picture, or you can view the record by clicking on View Image. So I'm going to click on the image. Now it's brought up a digital copy of his World War I draft record. So over here on the side, we can zoom in and see the record better, or we can zoom out. Then over here we can click on this and view other people's draft records. See if we can view everybody else World War I draft records for the state of Missouri. And we can click on that, go back to our ancestors, And then this will just make it a full window instead of this partial window. So full, not full. And then down here below is pretty much the information about this World War I draft card. It's the typed index version of the image. We have this name, what the event is, the event years, pretty much everything. And then if I don't want to see it, I could just click the arrow, it'll go away. Click the arrow, it'll come back. Then we can click on information, and it will give us more information about this draft record series here on FamilySearch. So this particular draft record is part of a batch. It's part of a batch for the state of Missouri, Bone County, World War I draft records. And once again, if I don't want to see that, I can just close it and it will bring it down, push the arrow, and it will bring it back up. Then up here on the top right corner is some tools. We can click on that and we can rotate the image, adjust the image's brightness or darkness, or we can invert the image, which will bring the white stuff black and the black stuff white, which actually sometimes does help viewing some records if they're hard to read. Then you can download the image or print the image. So that's kind of cool. We can see our ancestors' World War I draft cards. Kind of sad that they had to be drafted, but that's life. We're going to close this tab and come back here. And now we're here back to the FamilySearch World War I draft record page. And now we're going to scroll down below and see some of the other stuff on this page. We'll scroll down. Right here is a timeline of Thomas Simmons' life and what was going on in the world while he was alive. So we start in 1895. Granted, Thomas Simmons was born in 1875, so at this point he's about 20 years old. And they're saying President Williams becomes a president. The Wright brothers take flight. The Model T Ford was introduced. And then when Thomas here was 40 years old, about 40 years old, World War I had started and he was drafted. That's so sad. Then if we keep scrolling, right here will be some key events that happened in World War I, and you have a brief summary on that. So here's like World War I begins, US joins the war, the draft begins. Yeah, just some battles that happened, some major events that happened during World War I will be listed right here with a brief summary. Then we keep scrolling, and it will now ask you to, and now it is saying that we are able to look at those draft records due to people indexing. And they're asking you to participate in being able to index more World War I records. So right here they have listed some World War I records that they would like you to contribute in indexing. If you don't know how to index, I have made a video on indexing and I will link that video in the description box below. Don't judge me on that video, I'm not very good at indexing. I am better at doing family history work than indexing. That's pretty much about it for this World War I draft record page on FamilySearch. So I hope you guys liked this video and it helped you guys learn about your ancestors who were drafted into World War I. And get to know your ancestors and their military backgrounds a little bit more. I'd like to take this moment and thank all our veterans and all those who've been in the military or who are in the military for their service that they've done so that we can have our freedom and live the lives that we very much enjoy. So thank you, soldiers, for what you have done. I appreciate it. Also, if you guys have any questions, please comment below. I will get back to those questions as soon as I can. If you guys have any suggestions on anything else I should film, please also comment below. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. Bye.